Good morning. This is cycle 3, week 11. I'm Mrs. Shannon, and we're going to start with English this week, like I've been doing. So again, I made these books for my kids. I have 4 and 5-year-olds, so I like them to get a little bit of writing practice. And this week we're going to do to set. So I'm going to have them write the infinitive to set on their horizontal line there. And then some of them like to trace the rest of the tenses that I highlighted as well, so I'll let them do that if they want. And then as they're working on that, I'll sing the song for them. We're still gonna do it to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. I got that from Driven by Grace. And I really like that we've been doing the same tune to each infinitive for the past few weeks. So it goes like this. To set, 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 setting, set. 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 And then I have decorated these books for my kids with their name on it. This one doesn't have that, obviously, but each week I give them a sticker to put on their book. So by the end, they'll have 24 plus stickers, and they think it's really fun. So I found these really cute body stickers on Amazon. I'll link where I found them. They were just, I think, like $5 or something, but I'm going to use them for the next few weeks. And like intestines, liver, stomach, there's all kinds of little body parts. I just thought they were really cute. So for the next few weeks, I'll give them one to put on their book since we've been studying body. So that's what we're going to do for English. After English, I like to do timeline. And I did this last week too, but I found these little mini timeline cards that I think are really cute. So I just printed the ones for this week and laminated them for each kid. So I'm going to give each kid a Ziploc with their cards in them. And I'm going to have them lay them out on the table, and I'm going to help them get them in the right order. So we're going to work together to get the cards in the right order by singing the timeline song. And then once we have them in the right order, laying down on the table, and each kid is going to have their own set. Then I found these at Joann Fabrics. They're really cheap and really fun, and they just love them. So when you hit something, they light up. So I'm going to have them, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat because I've had this cold forever. But I'm going to have them hit the cards as we sing the timeline song in the correct order. So we're going to start with Norman Conquest and Feudalism in Europe. So I'll have them hit that card, and then the Crusades, they'll hit that card, etc. And obviously they will love that. So I'll try to find where or if these are still for sale at Joann Fabrics, or you could probably find something like this on Amazon, I don't know. But they were really cheap at Joann Fabrics. So that is timeline. And then I'm also going to, after I do that, I'm going to have 7 pieces of painter's tape on the wall like I've done in the past. And I'm going to give each kid 1 or 2 of these timeline cards and just have them go put them up on the wall in the right order too, just for a little bit more repetition. I put the first letter of each event on the cards just to help, since I have, again, 4 and 5-year-olds, to help them figure out which one is which. So I'm just gonna have them do that too, and then have them go stand in front of the cards that are on the wall, and we'll go over the motions together. So the motions for this week: Norman Conquest. So Norman, we make it in by putting our thumb in between our other fingers. So Norman, and then Conquest and Feudalism in Europe. So like that. And then the Crusades, we make a cross and push it away from us. So the Crusades. And then Zimbabwe and early Mali in Africa. Zimbabwe, like there was a wall around the city. So Zimbabwe and early Mali. So I'm going to make an M in Africa, and then kind of circle my face like that for Africa. So, and then Aztecs of Mesoamerica, I'm going to make a pyramid. And then Francis of Assisi, I'm going to make an F, and then a T. So I put my thumb right between my middle finger and my pointer finger. So Francis of Assisi and Thomas Aquinas. And then Japan shoguns, I'm gonna go like by my hip and kind of go out like that. It's hard to see because I'm too close. So Japan shoguns. And then Incas of South America, I'm gonna make little mountains. So Incas of South America. So I will do that to the tune, or try. So Norman conquest and feudalism in Europe, the Crusades, Zimbabwe, early Mali in Africa, Aztecs of Mesoamerica, Francis of Assisi and Thomas Aquinas, Japan shoguns, Incas of South America. Okay, so that is timeline. All right, so for geography this week, we're going to talk about the mountain ranges, and we're going to start with northern Appalachian Mountains. So we've got the White Mountains, Green Mountains, Adirondack Mountains, and Allegheny Mountains. And I like to give my students this little eraser so they can point with me to each one. And I'm also going to have them trace the United States so they can get a good idea of the shape of the United States. I've had them do this each week, and they're getting really good at it. So as they are kind of coloring in each mountain range with their dry erase marker and tracing the United States, I'm going to walk around and teach them the song to She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. I got this idea from Driven by Grace, and I like to use my Baldy puppet and just kind of sing the song as I walk around and help them kind of color and review with them which mountain range is what. And this song is going to include week 11 through 14. So you could either just start with this week's and leave it at that, or you could share the whole song with them right away. So it starts like this. Northern Appalachian Mountains, White Mountains, Green Mountains, Adirondack Mountains, Allegheny Mountains, Northern Appalachian Mountains. So that's just this week, and then I'll sing it again with all the weeks. So it goes like this. Northern Appalachian Mountains, White Mountains, Green Mountains, Adirondack Mountains, Allegheny Mountains, Northern Appalachian Mountains, Southern Appalachian Mountains, the Great Valley, Blue Ridge Mountains, Great Smoky Mountains, Cumberland Mountains, Mount Mitchell, Southern Appalachian Mountains, Western Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Pikes Peak, Mount Elbert, Sierra Nevadas, and Mount Whitney, Northwest Mountains, Cascade Mountains, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Denali. So that is geography this week. And then for math, we are going to do the cubes. So let me grab my sheet. And this is from Kimberly, which I will link below. She has math papers that are beautiful, and history and science and hymns that they do with their family each week. So I will link her below. So for math, I'm going to try something different this week where I'm going to actually write these cubes on my whiteboard that I have in my classroom just to make them bigger. And then I'm going to circle some of them and have everyone start out sitting. And then they need to stand when we sing a circled number. And then they stay standing until they hear another circled number, and then they sit down. So I'm going to have them do that and just circle a few of them first. And then we're going to do it again, and I'm going to circle a few more. So again, they start out sitting, and when they hear a circled number, they stand up, and they have to stay standing until we sing another circled number, and then they sit down. And then they stand up when they hear another circled number, etc. So I'm going to do it a few more times and circle more numbers each time. And then the last time I'll have all the numbers circled, so they'll be alternating sitting and standing each time. And then I'll ask them, okay, do you think we'll end up sitting or will we end up standing? So I'm excited to just kind of change up math a little bit and have them do that. So the tune to the cubes goes like this. 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729, 1,000, 1,331, 1,728, 2,197, 2,744, 3,375. So that is what I will do for math this week. And for history this week, we're going to do silly words again because my kids love them and they would be really sad if we didn't do them. So the way I do this is first I'm going to read the history sentence normally to the kids, and here's my printout from Kimberly again. I'm going to tell them to listen really carefully as I read it. So in 1861, the Civil War began when President Abraham Lincoln went to war with the southern states that had seceded from the Union. And then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to read it again, and if you hear a silly word, raise your hand. So in 1861, the Sesame Street, no, oh, the Civil War. Okay, sorry. So in 1861, the Civil War began when peppermint, no, it's not peppermint, what should it be? Oh, president, okay. So in 1861, the Civil War began when President Abraham winking, no, what should it be? Oh, Lincoln. So every time you can see, I go back and I read it the correct way until the next silly word, so they're hearing it the correct way a lot. So instead of Lincoln, I said winking. Instead of war, I said they went to the store. Instead of southern states, I said mothered dates. And then instead of succeeded, I said tweeted. And then instead of the union, I said unicorn. So we're going to do that. You could also sing the CC song to them too if you want. And then also I found, this is a coloring sheet from Etsy I'm going to send home with them. And I also found this fun Abraham Lincoln maze that if we have, if I feel like we have time, I'll have them just spend a few minutes to try to do that, or I'll send it home with them if I feel like we're pushed for time. But I'll link where I found that maze. Just thought it would be kind of a fun way to change it up since we're seeing about Abraham Lincoln. And then after history, we are going to do Latin, and we've been using our Yankee Doodle ponies as we sing the song to the tune of Yankee Doodle. And I have them ride their ponies around the room. Sometimes we ride gently, sometimes we ride rougher. So I'm going to have them do that as we sing the whole song. So again, it starts at week 9 and goes through this week. So it goes like this. Latin verbs have different endings called conjugations. Latin has no translation for articles. A and the Latin nouns and pronouns have different endings called declensions. These are Latin rules. And these little ponies I just made a really simple pony head out of felt. I did 2 of them so I could glue them together, or you could do just paper too. Found a little googly eye, and then I cut yarn and glued it in between the 2 pieces of felt. And then this is just a paper towel holder. So really simple, but after this week, I'm gonna send them home with their little pony just for fun. So that is Latin. And then for science, I have this printable too from Kimberly, the endocrine system. And then I have this coloring sheet I'm gonna send home with the kids. But we're gonna teach them a song to the tune of head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And it goes like this. The endocrine system consists of glands and organs that use hormones to send messages through the bloodstream to the rest of the body. So then I'm also going to do, I got this idea from Mrs. C, but I think it's awesome. So I made this, kind of clunky, but I just made it out of poster board. So it goes pretty long, and I wanted to just make it big enough for these balls to go through. So you could, I think Mrs. C's idea was using marbles. I have 4 and 5-year-olds and some toddlers, so I get really nervous about marbles in my class. So I was like, I'm not gonna do marbles. But I found these little balls at Target. They light up, and look, if you hit them hard enough, well, they're not working for me right now, but they should light up. Anyway, so I'm going to have different students, each student obviously will go, roll the ball through that, and then it comes out at the end. So the way I'm going to explain it to them is that the balls are our hormones that send messages to our body, and the ball is supposed to light up. So I'm going to talk about how the light in the ball is like the messages that the hormones are going to send. And this tube is our bloodstream. So we're going to put put the hormone through the bloodstream, and the person who does it is going to be the glands and organs. So each time we do it, we're going to sing the song. So the endocrine system consists of glands and organs. So that's us. And I'm going to have them put the ball through the tube. So that use hormones to send messages through the bloodstream to the rest of the body. So again, this thing is the bloodstream. So I thought that would be fun. And then obviously I'll have them all do that. So that is science this week. Okay, so for tin whistle this week, we're going to talk about note names and the D scale. So what I'm planning on doing is putting painter's tape on the wall to make a big staff. Obviously the painter's tape will be the lines, so I'll have the 5 lines, 4 spaces, and then we'll go over that and I'll show them just either on that or on the board. We'll just review time signature, treble clef, stuff like that. So we'll talk about here's a measure, and then I'm gonna ask them how many letters are in the alphabet. Does anybody know? And oh, there's 26. That's right. Well, in the music alphabet, there are 7 letters that we call notes. So A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And so the reason I'm going to put painter's tape on the wall to make a big staff is I have these little cups, and I put the note names on them. And I'm going to have different students go up, and I'll put, some more painter's tape on the edge of my cup, and they'll stick this on, we'll do the spaces first, and then we'll do the lines. So the spaces, and I'll tell them we can remember because of our face, F-A-C-E. So I'll have one kid go put an F where it goes, and I'll help him know where that goes, and then A, C, E, etc. And then we'll do it for every good boy. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Every good boy does fine for the notes on the lines as well, just to help them and give them kind of a fun way to visualize that. So we're going to do that for kind of going over the notes, and then I'll talk about the D scale too, how like the tin whistle is in the note D, so it starts with a D and ends with a D. Probably not going to go too deep into that again because I just have 4 and 5-year-olds, so we're going to keep it pretty basic. But I do have a D scale on my board that I'll show them. And then we'll get our tin whistles out. So I got these fun little bags from Etsy, and I like them because it has PVC pipe. I don't know if you can see it in there. So it protects the head of the tin whistle really well. And I have 2 girls that are with me in class, and a little baby, but he doesn't play the tin whistle yet. And so I got them one too because I just don't really want to get them mixed up all the time. prefer to suck on our own tin whistle, blow on our own tin whistle. And this is fun because it has like Tutor. I had her put Tutor on mine, and then parts of the tin whistle. So really fun if you're looking for a little holder for your tin whistle. I also put these hole reinforcements on my tin whistle just to kind of help. And again, with my 4-year-old especially, she has a hard time getting her fingers to cover the tin whistle. So once we do that, we'll probably sing our tin whistle song to the Muffin Man. Do you know the tin whistle, the tin whistle, the tin whistle? Do you know the tin whistle? These are its parts. Barrel, fipple, mouthpiece, finger holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left hand on top. Just to kind of help us remember. Left hand goes on top. And then I also made these that I'll either just tape on the wall or put around the table just to kind of show which which hole we cover for different notes. So, so like one note, I'll talk about how that is a B, I believe. And so we'll cover just the top one and play that. And then I might have them try to play a couple other notes. And then depending on just how we're doing, I might have them try to play the first measure of the song. Again, my kids are just really young, and so even just getting their fingers on the tin whistle the right way, whoops, left hand on top, sorry, is not easy for them. So I might have them do that and just try to blow, with just one finger off, one finger on, try different notes and things like that. So that is my plan for tin whistle. And then for our presentation this week, since we've finished all the states, I'm going to have them choose a state to present about. And I'm going to encourage them, you can present about, maybe show us a picture of the state flower or the state flag, talk about a food that they really like to eat in that state, just a few fun facts about a state. So it'll be fun to see which states they choose. And then for review, I have just realized that by review time, my kids are just very tired and done. And so since science takes a while too, coloring the body parts, I've been having them do that at the end because it's kind of relaxing. And so I'll just play a couple review songs and have them just kind of color while we play some review songs. I was going to show you though, if you want more for review, I found this on Driven by Grace's blog. I'll link where you can find that, but it's a fun little board game. She just linked it for free, which is really nice. You can roll a die, and then like some of them are jump up and down, 10 push-ups, run in place, so you could have them try different things as you practice some of the memory work from the past few weeks. So that's another fun idea. So that, I believe, is everything. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.